and communication. Reading objectives: human settlements, transport, roadways, railways, waterways, airways. Communication: early human beings lived on trees and in caves. When they started to grow crops, it became necessary to have a permanent home. The places where people built their homes known as settlements. Human settlement: man with flora and fauna make an environment. It also consists whatever is present in the vicinity of a human, and that should be enough to help in overall development of human being. The settlement grew near the river valleys as water was available and land was fertile. With the development of trade, commerce and manufacturing, human settlements become larger. Settlement flourished and civilizations developed near river valleys. The Indus Valley civilization is one such example. The river Indus changed its course of flow and the Indus Valley civilization perished. The Egyptian civilization still exists because the river Nile is flowing along its original course. So, water is most important for human settlements. The human settlement can be classified in two different categories: rural settlement and urban settlement. Enrich yourself. The Palace on Wheels. The Palace on Wheels is a luxury tourist train. It was launched by the Indian Railways in association with Rajasthan Tourism Development Corporation to promote tourism in Rajasthan. The train was voted the fourth luxurious train in the world in 2010. Rural settlement. The villages are rural settlements where people are engaged in agriculture, fishing and forestry, craft work and trading etc. Rural area people build their houses to suit their environment. In regions of heavy rainfall, they have slanting roofs. Place where water accumulates in the rainy season, the houses are constructed on a raised platform or stilts. The size of a village depends upon the ability of the land to support the population. The type of rural settlements in India is determined by the extent of build-up area and the inter-house distance. Urban settlements, towns and cities are the example of small and large urban settlements. In urban area people are engaged in manufacturing, trading and services. Introduction of technology, growth of communication and science made men move forward in all spheres of lives. With the change in lifestyle, a change occurred in the pattern of human settlements. The evidence suggests that first urban settlements grew up as trading centers. These were situated at advantageous locations along the ancient water routes. Towns are classified according to their dominant functions. Accordingly, the following types of towns came into existence. Residential. The main function of many settlements today is to give people places to live. People may live in one settlement and work in another. Administrative. Local authority officers run the local services, such as road maintenance and waste disposal. These are also very densely populated areas, for example, New Delhi, Mumbai and London. Industrial. Goods are manufactured in factories. Today many factories are located in business parks on the outskirts of settlements. Pune in India, Detroit in USA is also known as world's traditional automotive centers. Commercial. Shopping centers and recreation facilities, such as sports centers and cinemas, provide services for people. The settlements also contain public services such as school, hospitals, and libraries. New York, Mumbai, New Delhi are such commercial cities. Tourism. Some settlements are attractive to tourists. Many coastal settlements in Spain have changed from fishing villages into large tourist resorts. Transport. Transport is the means by which people and goods move. In the early days, it took a great deal of time to travel long distances. Modern means of transport such as rail, road, coastal shipping, air transport etc. save time and energy. Transport in India has recorded a substantial growth over the years, both in spread of network and in output of the system. Roadways. The most commonly used means of transport, especially for short distances, are roads. India has one of the largest road networks in the world. The country's road network consists of national highways, state highways, district roads and village-rural roads. The most important roads of the country are national highways. They connect the major cities and the capitals of the state with one another. Some of the most important national highways are the roads linking Delhi with Kolkata, Chennai, Mumbai, Srinagar etc. The state highways are the roads which connects the state capitals with other major cities of the state. District roads connects the district centers with important towns. Also, there are village roads which connect the various villages with the towns of the district. A border roads development board has been set up by the central government, which apart from maintaining the existing roads, builds new ones and surfaces them. Our border roads run up the borders of Nepal, China, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Myanmar. The world's highest road starts from Manali, Himachal Pradesh, to Leh. Highways are used for higher speed traffic. Highways are broad enough to allow the free movement of traffic in both directions. Railways. The railways carry heavy goods and people over long distances quickly and cheaply. It brings together people from the farthest corner of the country and makes possible the conduct of the business, sightseeing, pilgrimage and education. Indian railway network is the largest in Asia. Indian Railways has divided the whole country into 15 zones. Do you know? The Trans-Siberian Railway is the longest railway system connecting St. Petersburg in western Russia to Vladivostok on the Pacific coast. Waterways. Water transport is the most ancient mode of transport used by man. Sea routes and oceanic routes are mostly used for transporting merchandise and goods from one country to another. Man did not have to build the water routes, but he found this mode as the easiest means of moving heavy loads. Indian shipping. India has the largest merchant shipping fleet among the developing countries. Approximately 90% of the country's trade by volume is moved by sea. Ports. The coastline of India having 12 major ports and 200 non-major ports. The major ports are under the purview of the central, while the non-major ports come under the jurisdiction of the respective state governments. Inland water transport. India has about 14,500 kilometers of navigable waterways which comprise rivers, canals, backwaters, creeks, etc. Its operations are currently to a few stretches in the Ganga Bhagirathi Hooghly rivers, the Brahmaputra, the Bank River, the rivers in Goa, the backwaters in Kerala, inland waterways in Mumbai and the deltaic regions of the Godavari-Krishna rivers. Airways. Air transport is the latest of all forms of transport. It is also the most expensive due to high cost of fuels. Today world has become a small place due to the development of air traffic. It is the only mode of transport to reach the most remote and distant areas, especially where there are no roads and railways. Helicopters are extremely useful in most inaccessible areas and in time of calamities for rescuing people, distributing food, water, cloth and medicines. Indian air transport. The Indian cities are well linked from Leh in the north to Thiruvananthapuram in the south, Imphal in the east to Jaisalmer in the west. In addition, India has a large fleet of international airlines. Air India is the official airlines of India. Since air transport has been privatized in India, we have many private air companies flying their aeroplanes on the domestic as well as international routes. Some of them are Jet Airways, Spice, and Indigo etc. India has a few domestic and international airports. Communication. Communication is the process of conveying message to others. With the development of technology, humans have devised new and fast modes of communication. The advancement in the field of communication has brought about an information revolution in the world. Different modes of communication are used to provide information, to educate as well as to entertainment. Through newspapers, radio and television, we can communicate with a large number of people. They are therefore called mass media. The satellites have made communication even faster. Satellites have helped in oil exploration, survey of forest, underground water, minerals, weather forecast and disaster warning. Internet has turned the whole world into a global village. Now, one can have the information about any part of the world sitting at home. Internet has made the communication most easy and quicker. Another way to communicate in India is through the mobile or cell phones. If you have a mobile phone of the tri-band technology, you can easily use it from anywhere. You don't need to use the service provider of your own country. There are a number of service providers in India to keep you connected. Last but not the least, you can even use postal services as a means of communication in India. You can make use of postcards, letters, etc. Word to know, a cluster of houses where people live is known as settlement. Human environment is conducive conditions in which human beings can live. Rural settlements are settlements whose people are engaged in primary activities, such as agriculture, fishing and mining. Urban settlements are settlements centered on the economic activities, such as industries, transport, trade and utility services. Means of carrying goods and passengers are known as transport. A large number of major public road linking distant places are known as highways. Meaning of communication is carrying messages. Cities located along important sea routes are known as port towns.